This is so just for everybody, including those that are on the distant side of the equation. This is bringing back some very pleasant and unpleasant memories of our Christmas party, and trying to do this live and in the moment and as quickly as we possibly could, which I know for those on the receiving end was a ton of fun. It's a lot of work behind the scenes. And the worst part today is we left the awards back at the other office. So that is why we are 25, 30 plus minutes late, so I apologize. It's not like anybody has anything else to do, it's what I've been told. Everybody's very quiet these days, so no, that's not true at all. First and foremost, for the Winnipeg crew, those in the city, I haven't seen so many faces in the same room in 2 years, and that's not an exaggeration, so it's kind of a heartwarming feeling. I know some of you are probably dealing with PTSD right now with this many people in a room. Trust me, it's actually real. So just keep it in mind, and if you need to get some air, just walk back to the emptier space and you'll be all good. For those of you that are joining your colleagues here today online, I just want to say a big thank you on their behalf for being here to support them in these incredible milestones. And we are here to celebrate 5, 10, and I still can't believe it, a 25-year anniversary with this company. So pretty exciting. So this is really fly by the seat of your pants, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to work my way through, and there may be some awkward moments. That's all good. It will be what it will be. We are going to start off with our 5-year awards recipients. And I mean, this is a company that has been through profound change. And I absolutely blame Liz for all of that. I just want to say that as openly as I can. It's also what's placed us in this incredible position to be here today, to be in an incredible campus like this one, our 2 great facilities as well as in Edmonton and Calgary, and last but not least, our spectacular new delivery model, complementary. It's a game changer for us, and it has really put this company in such an amazing position to grow and advance. So for those that have been with you for the 5, for the 10, and ultimately 1 for 25, you've probably seen it all. And I want to say you've seen everything. I'm not convinced that's the case yet. I still think there's more to come, all of which are designed to lead this place to a better place. So thank you for sticking it out. More importantly, thank you for giving us your years of service and with the support of your families. We're going to start off with our first award recipient, which is Honiely. And yes, no particular order. This is where we are going to start. You get to be number 1. And the way we're going to do this is I'm going to invite up, in some cases, your immediate supervisor. In other cases, we're kind of flying a little bit here because a few folks weren't able to make today. And trust me, they had really good reasons. Otherwise, they would be here today. And on this one, I'm going to ask Jason to come up and say a few words.
All right, thank you, Paul. I'm really nervous right now, so bear with me. What can I say about Honiely? I haven't been here very long, so the depth of experience with her and some of these other folks isn't as deep as some others, but I can tell you the first day that I walked in to this building, it was met with a smile and a welcome voice, and somebody who genuinely made me feel like she was interested in making sure that I didn't get lost in this building on my first day at work. That has been the experience with Honiely every single time. And so I think that speaks volumes about who you are, Honiely, as a person. We're very lucky to have you. But to get into the weeds on who you are, I asked a couple of your colleagues to give us some points that we can speak about. Coming from Carrie, I had the pleasure of working with Honiely since 2018, when we were both on the 5th floor at the Notre Dame Avenue building. She loves animals, and we connected about our pets. She likes to have fun, doesn't like much attention on her, so this is very uncomfortable right now. She loves to laugh, to listen to 80s and 90s pop, and she's respected among her peers as being diligent, accurate, and very patient with all of our learners. She's a Robertson graduate. Graduating from our accounting and bookkeeping program in 2012, she's held many roles in her tenure with us and has been in the reception role many times and always willing to help. She will always find a way to find a solution for anyone, and if you want stories about weird visitors to campus and those we ended up hiring, she has many. Thank you for your hard work, ability to pivot and flex with the ever-changing tides of COVID, and for the positive attitude you display every single day. Congratulations on your achievement.
All right, our second award recipient is Neeta, and I know Lindsay's here. There she is. I'm going to get Lindsay to come up and say a few words.
Yeah, on the X.
We're on the X. All right. Hello, everyone. So I am here to recognize Neeta for her 5 years. I have things written down, so bear with me here. So Neeta did actually start with Robertson at reception. So the reception ladies were lucky enough to have had the honor of working with her before she moved over to the finance team. She did move over to finance before I went over there, so I can't take credit. But I really, like, it's hard for me to really put into words how I feel about these guys, but she is always very concise. She always puts her students first, bends over backwards really to help them. She is the sweetest and one of the kindest people I know. And just is really like a wonderful person. I think we all are in a really good position to have Neeta in our lives, as well as our Robertson family here. So congratulations, Neeta, on your time here, and we're looking forward to many more years to come. But yeah, so thank you very much, and congratulations.
So Cecilia is one of the few members remaining who were here before me. But we didn't really get to work closely together. But Judy said her interview experience with Cecilia was one of the best interviews she's ever had. So I wanted to put that on record. And she says you're motivated and energetic with a love for learning and an internal drive for excellence. And she really spoke highly of your strong work ethics, which I completely agree with, and also the fact that you just are a self-starter. I don't think I have heard anyone on this team talk negatively about you in any way in the customer. And that happens. And I guess when I joined, I must have missed your wedding, but Cecilia, after her 7 years being here, she had gotten married to Mike, and now she still have 2 beautiful children. So that's a little bit of a Cecilia. That Judy, according to Judy's notes, my notes. Well, when I first started here, I didn't get to work Cecilia directly. There was a director who she reported into, and soon after, Cecilia went on mat leave. And then that's when everything, when it came to marketing, was just, let's just say, changing. But I needed to warn her. So I remember meeting her up for lunch or brunch, and essentially in our very first one-on-one, real meeting, I have to tell her that her boss was essentially fired and that she's coming back to a world that she doesn't know of. So that was our first engagement together, and from there, she did come back for a year and some, and really put us to a place where, again, today, even now where we are, just helped us stabilize. A lot of chaos went on. And then I remember us taking a walk on a very, very, very cold day in February to the career fair at Robertson. So we're walking, super cold, and she goes I have something to tell you. I'm like, what is it? I'm expecting. So cold day, I'm I can barely hear her. And then that's when she's supposed to tell me that she was expecting her second child and was gonna take another year off. So, but then she quickly added, that will be it. So I did pressure her to tell me. So that's just how quickly the time has gone on. Her little one, now the second one is already over a year old. She's back now, and I just couldn't be happier to have her back, and can't think of anyone better to lead our brand and marketing department, all the work that has gone on. So that's my story with Cecilia. Thank you.
Bryce, you're going to come up and say a few words about Arlyn. And by the way, these are all 5+ years. I fully recognize that many of you, the 5 years went by a while ago. So for some, it could be 7, could be 6.5, etc. So we're still calling it 5.
Yes, and Arlyn is one who fits exactly into that category. She's on to her 7th year. So she started with Robertson in December of 2014, and she started with the SFA team. And from there, our corporate finance team, we asked to borrow her for a short time to cover a maternity leave, and she hasn't been able to escape since. So we're going to keep holding on to her as long as we can. And Arlyn, as well, is a Robertson grad. She's also a holder of a bachelor's degree in her home country, the Philippines, and so she's very knowledgeable in accounting, and she's a great asset to our corporate finance team. Arlyn, a little bit about her. I've known her for 3 months now since I've started here at Robertson, and she is one of the most smiley, joyful, happy, jokey people that I think I've ever met. You know, every time I see her in the office, she's got a big smile on her face. She's always happy to be there, and she's diligent. She's attentive to detail. You know, everything you want from a payroll person. And you know, I think we can all agree that payroll is one of the most important things, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing that right. So big thank you to Arlyn for all the hard work and your dedication to Robertson and all the contributions that you've made over the year. And everyone, you know, join me in giving her a hand for thank you for all the years.
So for those of you who don't know, Haseeb is another Robertson grad. So it's amazing to see so many grads that are here today. And I can add to that by saying that, Arlyn, you were the SFA that helped Haseeb get into the software development program at the time as well. So we've got a great connection here. Haseeb graduated in 2017 and started work even before his graduation within at that time, the IT department at Robertson. So right from the get-go, he was put immediately to work working on SASE, our favorite program of all. Rest in peace. And I would say that makes him the original IT leader of my department because he's been there since the beginning. All of you have asked him for help, I'm sure, from one time to the next, whether that was in SASE or today in Salesforce. What made me really, really excited to work with Haseeb was the opportunity to, A, start a new department with Salesforce, et cetera, but also to have somebody who knew where we came from and had a vision for where we were going to go next. Haseeb has a vision for everything that before it happens is visualized and it appears. It really makes my department better, but he sets the bar much higher. So it makes me really happy to come to work to know that if I'm not at my best, someone's going to call me on it. It's going to be that guy over there. So no mistakes from Craig, because I'll get caught out right away. Some of you may think that I'm patient, but when I actually lose it, it's Haseeb who's sitting there going, oh, this guy's not being as patient as me. And Haseeb, every single day, I see you handle with patience, with tact, with perseverance, and with confidence, honestly. There's never a problem that we can't fix because I'm working with this fellow right over here.
And always very polite.
Exactly. And I can tell you, some days are hard in our department. Once in a while, things don't go right. And the migration from SASE to Salesforce, I don't have to tell you it was difficult. I can't imagine how we ever would have done it. Like, we would not be here, I would not be here, I would be somewhere else, probably crazy, and needing much more care. If not for Haseeb, if not for him finding not just mistakes that we made, preventing us from making mistakes, finding new opportunities, and finding new opportunities every day. We have stuff planned I can't even stand here and tell you about. I'm so super excited about it, but it's all coming from my partner Haseeb, I am so, so proud of you. Your promotion was very much well earned. If you don't know, he's been promoted to CRM manager as of August. Thank you. And every single day when I come to work, I'm just happy to be here. It makes me so proud. So thank you very, very much. And come on up here. Congratulations.
Hello again. All right, so Allison, also our C student and grad.
Perfect.
All right, so again, someone I wish I could take credit for, but I can't. Allison started with Robertson as an administrator for the admissions team back when that was a role within the Winnipeg campus, and then quickly moved over to the SFA role, and couldn't be happier to have her as part of the team. I said it before with Jessica Crotty that she is my right hand, Allison is my left. I think that means I don't have to do anything, but unfortunately that's not the case. But Allison and I actually are very similar, which I apologize for that. But she definitely can be feisty, just like I can. But really, it's because she is very passionate about the role that she has here. Same thing, she always puts her students first. Will do everything she can to make sure that the students have a very good and valuable experience at Robertson. She is always there to help her team members with being like a senior member of the SFA team as well. She helps me a lot in answering questions and coaching the team and that kind of thing. So yeah, she just puts a lot of care, compassion into her role and what she does on a day-to-day basis. And I couldn't be happier to have her as part of the team. So thank you for being with us, and congratulations as well for your time here.
All right, so first and foremost, I've been asked by Lindsay to let everybody know, please get your sweater orders in early. There are significant supply chain issues this year, so if you're needing sweaters, Lindsay's ready to go. I'm assuming everybody knows how good she is when it comes to that craft.
Yes.
I'm seeing some nodding heads, but apparently a few don't. So we got a few new people that don't know your story yet. So if you're online with her at all and you see these beautiful pieces in the background, those are all hers. She made them, and she's just got an amazing gift. So it's not true about the supply chain issues. She's already sold out for the year. Is that fair? I don't know. You haven't even started yet? Okay. All right, so I'm going to give a little bit of the spiel on Lindsay. She started with us back in 2016, and I had a chance to chat briefly with Judy as well. If ever you need anything in terms of information, I think we all know, who do we go to? Judy. That's correct. The answer is Judy. Her resume came forward to Judy ultimately by a gentleman by the name of Glenn Ancrum. And he had worked with Lindsay both and then ultimately as an instructor with us here at Robertson. And I've heard the story on more than a few occasions how during the hiring process, Judy and Lindsay met offsite at the Forks, kind of incognito. I don't know if you guys were in disguises or not, but probably. Totally disguised. Okay. When ultimately she made the decision to come over and join us at Robertson College. So it worked. That's all we can say. Glenn describes her in this way. You'll find Lindsay to be smart, confident, and extremely capable. She has more than lived up to that descriptor from my perspective. There was a comment that she made a few minutes ago about feisty as well. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end when she's angry. I'd just be very clear about that. Lindsay's worked in the education sector for more than 16 years, having joined CDI in 2005, and then, as I said, us in 2016. And her experience throughout her education career has been primarily focused on managing student financial administration and the important role and critical role of interpreting, enforcing, and implementing college policy that matches essentially what the government's looking for from both a policy and regulatory standpoint. It's not easy stuff, and I think I can say that very openly and honestly. We've been very fortunate to have someone with the depth and breadth of knowledge of the student finance business that Lindsay brings to Robertson. So a big thank you for that. And last but not least, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on, I know it's not quite as recent anymore, but your completion of the Diploma in Human Resource Management at Red River College. So it's a big accomplishment. Congratulations. Come on up.
So just like Honiely, on my first day, Caio was sitting there in his cubicle, and I kept seeing this head pop up. Somebody was very, very interested in the new guy on the block, and so I had to come up and say hi to Caio. Ever since that day, Caio and myself have had a very interesting, I would call it semi-friendship. I have to call it semi-friendship because there would be a big HR problem how many times he shot me with a rubber band gun every time I walked into the building. So Caio, thank you for that. I got one coming for you, pal. I think we all know something about Caio. He is always willing to answer the phone, of course. He's always willing to take on an issue with a student, but he's also willing to always step up and help us. Whether it is carrying an 8 by 10 foot whiteboard to 6 different rooms and then into an office, to moving chairs around, blowing balloons up, we're just generally being a really great guy. I certainly appreciate having Caio on the team. I know his leaders appreciate having him on the team. And if there's something about who we are as Robertson employees, Caio certainly brings that to the table every single day. So Caio, thanks a lot for everything that you do for us. We appreciate you. Congratulations on the milestone.
We're going to go to our tenure, and we have one tenure award that we're going to be handing out today, and that is to Ainsley. And I'm going to get Jason to come up and speak to that.
Okay, so thankfully Ainsley doesn't shoot me with anything when I'm around, so this will be a little bit different. But again, you know, there's a theme here too with all of our employees: dedication, hard work. They bring it every single day, and Ainsley is certainly one of those people. What I appreciate most about Ainsley is just her willingness to speak out. She's not afraid to keep things back. She knows what's best for our students, but she's also willing to stand up for other people too. And over the last year, we've had many instances where I've appreciated the candor between the two of us. I really appreciate your drive. We've had really great conversations about where you'd like to see your future, and it always includes the business and our students first. I don't think I've ever actually heard you reference yourself in any of the things you want to do for this business in our school. And I think that speaks volumes for you. I think 10 years is a really long time, and we've certainly been able to benefit from that. And I think if we have you for the next 10 years, I think we'll be all the more luckier, Ainsley, and I truly mean that. So thank you very much for your time. We can't wait to see what happens in the future.
All right, so this brings us to our milestone, our last one for the day, and this one is going to Val, and I'm going to say a few words to Val. 25 years. I mean, it's not just remarkable for Robertson, but it's remarkable from the standpoint of any organization and any company that can hold on to somebody for 25 years. And I think I just said that, hold on to somebody for 25 years, because everybody has choices around where they want to be, and the fact that obviously this organization found a way to keep you it's incredible. And I mean, you were one of the first that I think Liz and I met when we kind of came on board with the company, and we've watched you over the last 5 years that we've been here. It's remarkable. It's been 5 years, and just nothing but positive, glowing things to say about your performance, your results, the way in which you've helped us as an institution grow. It is just incredible. So I want to start off with that. I also want to say a few things, a little tongue-in-cheek, because I think a number of you don't know me, because a number are new. I am very dry in terms of sense of humor, which can often come off as not funny. So just be ready for a little bit of that. So 25 years ago, I just finished kindergarten. It's not true. It's totally not true.
That's what you
I just thought I'd say it. That's what I'm going to start with, okay? The number one. I'm not finished. The number one pop song was the Macarena, which is very hard to believe back in the day. And the number one news story was the massive outbreak of mad cow disease in England. I don't know how that relates to why you're here and what you're doing. Those are the two pieces I found in terms of fun facts that relate to 25 years ago, approximately. None of which had anything to do with today's celebration whatsoever, so I think I just could open up with that. Jessica has some comments that she'd like to make, and I'm going to read them out for you. First off, I'd like to say thank you for all of your years of service you've contributed to the success of Robertson. You've been an essential part of building this college for 25 years, and it has gone through significant changes, once again caused by Paul and Liz, challenges and growth within the organization. You are a valued member of our team, and your continued contributions are vital for our success and to continue to meet our mission, our values, and our vision. I've only had the pleasure of working with Val for the past 6 years, but from what I've learned about her so far is that she's compassionate, she's fun, she's a respected individual who has an amazing green thumb, and I think all of us can attest to the plants, both at the old location and even some of them here. They are amazing. Val has consistently been one of our top advisors in the admissions team year over year, but she's always stepped up with training, advice, and support when she can with other team members. So just a really kind, caring, giving individual. 25 years, we couldn't be happier to be here with you. We have the award. We also have an extra treat that we work together to specifically pick out. So come on up and
So first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Paul, Liz, and Judy for putting this together. And also, it is an honor for me to receive such a moment of recognition. If I had thought 25 years ago about where I would land in my career, I would have hoped that it is exactly where I stand today. There's no greater joy than helping another human being better their quality of life. I am very thankful I have done a lot alongside some of the most genuine, loyal, and hardworking people in the industry. Thank you.